Our focus today is on English Home Language, Paper 1. So as you know, this is your paper that is 2 hours and 70 marks. And what is really important here is your time management. You cannot rush through the paper, starting with question 1, the comprehension, going through it all, ending with question 5, and then find that you've got time over. So you need to think about how you manage your time. Many of my students like to start with question 5. So that's the language question. And you either know your grammar, you know the language items, you recognize exactly what you're being asked to do, or you don't. So question 5, most of my students can do this in 7 to 8 minutes. So let's give you 10 minutes. You're going to pick up as many marks as you possibly can, as quickly as you can. And if you can't remember something or you don't know something, you can leave spaces. Remember that while you are working through the rest of the exam with the kind of front part of your mind, the back of your mind, the subconscious, is still working on the problems that you've left out. So while you're going through the paper, you have a moment, yes, you go back to the space you left, you fill in the answer, and then you go on with the rest of the paper. So you've got as many marks quickly at the beginning of the exam as you can. Now, the examiners recommend that for question 2, the summary question, you should spend 30 minutes, and I absolutely agree. Question 2 is designed to give you as many marks as possible. So spend the 30 minutes, get the marks on the summary. Then you might like to do questions 3 and 4. The examiner says that for questions 3, 4, and 5, you should spend 40 minutes. So if you've spent 10 minutes, they are recommending another 30 minutes. Wow, that means 15 minutes for your advert and 15 minutes for your cartoon. You're going to have to work quite quickly. And then for question 1, the examiners recommend your 50 minutes, and I absolutely agree. Question 1 carries 30 marks. It's really important that you get as many marks on this section as you possibly can. Now, there are many students who don't like changing the order of the paper. Remember, you're allowed to. You can't split up the question, like question 3, you can't do a bit and then do something else and break it up in that way. But you can do a whole section, a whole question, and you start it at the beginning, at the top of a page, on a new page, so the markers can find it very easily. But maybe you like starting with the comprehension and working through. Then don't rush the comprehension. Give it the time the examiners allocate.